Whenever we face a problem in the world, our first reaction is to speak. But have we ever considered that silence? Yes, silence can often be the most powerful answer. Sometimes, silence conveys a deeper message than words ever could. This story is about a Buddhist monk and his disciple, where the disciple learns that true strength lies in silence. In a mountainous region of northern India, there stood an ancient Buddhist monastery. Respected monk Acharya Tishya lived there, a follower of Buddha whose teachings influenced many. His primary teaching, silence, is the path to liberation. One morning, Ananda, one of Tishya's most curious and talkative disciples, came to meet him. Though Ananda was bright, his mind had a serious problem. It just wouldn't stop. He asked questions constantly. Why this? Why that? And sought explanations for everything. Tishya observed this and realized something. Ananda's restless mind was holding him back from true wisdom. So one day he decided it was time for a different lesson. Tishya called Ananda and said, "From today, your task is simple. Every morning, climb the mountain peak and watch the sunrise. But there's one condition. You must remain silent. For 3 months, not a single word." "What? No speaking for 3 months?" Ananda was stunned, but he trusted his teacher. So, reluctantly, he agreed. The first few days, they were torture for Ananda. His mind raced with questions. What is the master trying to teach me? Why silence? What's the point of this? Frustrated and restless, Ananda desperately wanted to speak, but he couldn't. After a week, something strange began to happen. His restlessness started to fade. Standing on the mountain peak, watching the sunrise, Ananda began to notice things he'd never seen before. The songs of birds, the gentle caress of the wind, the stillness of the mountains. It was as if nature itself was speaking to him in ways words never could. As the weeks passed, his mind became even quieter. One morning, as the first light of dawn touched the sky, Ananda realized something incredible. His thoughts were no longer chaotic. He felt peaceful, deeply peaceful, and in that silence, he discovered something he had never known before. A profound, powerful truth, a truth beyond words. 3 months later, Ananda returned to Guru Tishya. The Guru asked, "Tell me, Ananda, what have you learned?" This time, with a calm, steady voice, Ananda replied, "Master, I've learned that the more we speak, the more restless our minds become. But when we are silent, truly silent, we face the reality of things. I've realized that nature itself teaches us, not through words, but through silence. A silence that speaks louder than anything I've ever known." Tishya smiled, a knowing smile. "Ananda, this silence is not just external. It's the silence of the mind. True wisdom comes when the mind is still, free from the chatter of thoughts and words." And so, through silence, Ananda learned a lesson that words could never teach. Thr Buddhist message. Often, we fail to understand life because we are too busy talking, too lost in unnecessary thoughts. But sometimes, we just need to stop, be silent, and truly listen to ourselves and the world around us. In that silence, we might find the wisdom we've been searching for all along.